Hey y'all, Altarian here with another video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Star Trek 3 phaser from Diamond Select Toys. This is the latest item in their Trek Tech line, and it's a pretty cool one. I'm pretty happy with it overall. We're going to take a look at the paint here and detailing and whatnot. There's really not much to it paint-wise. It's just the flat gray with some blue bits on the sides, and then of course the Type 1 on the top has the paint detail for the trigger, and then of course the power select there. And that's pretty much it. It's got a lot of nice sculpt detail. The lines aren't just painted on, they're actually sculpted on, which is pretty nice. And the barrel has some nice little details to it. So overall, pretty accurate to the prop, I believe. From the pictures I've seen of it, this is a pretty good representation of it. The only thing I don't like about the actual sculpt of the phaser, and again, that's not DST's fault, is how this is angled. I wish it was flat like the other ones are, so it could stand up instead of having to lay down. Another reason I wish DST would give us stands for these so we could actually display them better. But operation-wise, how it works pretty similarly to the Wrath of Khan phaser. Like it has a power switch. This time it doesn't have a button like the Wrath of Khan phaser does, so you turn it on. The LEDs cycle through and do their thing, which is pretty cool looking. I like the moving LEDs and whatnot. It has a trigger on the Type 1 here, a power select on the Type 1, and then of course the normal trigger. When you turn it on, it's going to be in safety mode, which means it's not going to fire. So to cycle through the power levels, like I said, you just press this switch, level 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to safety. For the sounds on this, there's really not a big difference between the sounds and the different power levels. There's subtle differences, but it's not as obvious as it is on the other two phasers, the TOS one and the Wrath of Khan one, which, I don't know, I don't really like it. I wish there was more variation, but if it's accurate, it's accurate. So we're going to cycle through so you can hear those sounds. Power level 1. Level 2. Level 3. And level 4. So like I said, if you listen, there really wasn't a big difference between them. There's some subtle ones. The biggest difference, I think, is between level 1 and level 2. Another thing about the sounds on this one is when it's together like this, the sounds are kind of muffled. And you'll hear that when we take it apart. So we're going to cycle through them again so you can hear the difference. Level 1, 2, slightly higher pitched, 3, and 4. And obviously that's because it's louder because the speaker grill's on the bottom. See the emitter on the front of it there. I wish they could have maybe somehow integrated a separate set of speakers into the Type 2, just so the sounds were a little bit louder when they were all together. It's supposed to make a sound when you connect it. There we go. Alright, so it has to be in safety mode for it to make a sound. And there's also an overload option. So you just gotta hold that down, press that. I think I did it wrong. There we go. You hold the two together. You just hold these two out together for a couple seconds. Pull the trigger. And that's overload. I was a little worried about this phaser when they told us it was going to work like the original series phaser, just because the original series one, if you have it, you know the Type 1 can get loose and kind of pop up when you pull the trigger. But this is a lot better. It's a lot tighter, and it works a lot better, so I'm pretty happy with it. Overall, pretty happy with it. I definitely recommend it. It's probably my second favorite phaser now that I have it, behind the Assault phasers from Star Trek 5 and 6. So it's a pretty cool design. Pretty happy with it. I would definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.